Schengen is like your golden ticket to borderless adventures in Europe. You can hop from one country to another without the hassle of showing your passport or enduring those long border lines. Right now, 27 countries are part of this elite club, the latest being Croatia. That means nearly 420 million people get to enjoy this seamless travel experience. By law, every EU country is supposed to be part of this club, except for Ireland and Cyprus. Ireland struck a special deal ages ago to opt out, and Cyprus faces unique challenges due to its division into northern and southern regions. But while many European countries enjoy the perks of this borderless privilege, there are unfortunately some countries that don't have that luxury, and one such country is Romania. The reason Romania isn't getting to enjoy this privilege is because of Austria. But why is Austria persistently opposing Romania's bid to join the Schengen area? What connection does this have with Austria's domestic political landscape, and how does Russia factor into this equation? These questions will be explored shortly, so let's get started. If you have been following EU politics, you may be aware that the issue of Schengen enlargement has been a topic of significant discussion. In recent years, several countries that were previously opposed to expanding the Schengen area, including Finland, Denmark, Sweden, and Belgium, have adopted more accommodating positions, increasing the likelihood of a favorable outcome. France and Germany, two big players in the EU, said they're okay with more countries like Romania and Bulgaria joining the Schengen Club. As a result, earlier this year, Croatia got in because of their support, which made Romania and Bulgaria pretty hopeful that their turn was coming. But to join Schengen, everyone has to agree, and that's where it got complicated. Austria and the Netherlands said no, and that was enough to break Romania and Bulgaria's hearts. You see, even if most countries say yes, just a few saying no can stop the whole thing. And that's understandably frustrating, especially for Romania that has threatened Austria with a lawsuit at the European Court of Justice over stalled Schengen accession. But before we dive into the recent warnings issued by the Romanian Prime Minister to Austria, let's take a closer look at the rationale behind Austria's refusal. Let's delve into this matter. But before we move ahead, do like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like our content. Nevertheless, the Austrian government has opposed the entry of Romania and Bulgaria into the Schengen area over concerns relating to corruption and inadequate border controls, despite the European Commission and other EU capitals backing the move. The two countries joined the EU in 2007 and were originally scheduled to enter the border-free zone in 2010. Last year, just before an EU summit that decided to welcome Croatia into the Schengen Club but left Romania and Bulgaria out, Austrian Chancellor KARL Nehammer broke the news to Bucharest just a few days prior that he would oppose their entry. Then, the Austrian Interior Minister, Gerhard Karner, chimed in. He said, "The current system isn't working. Austria had over 100,000 illegal border crossings this year, and 75,000 of them went unregistered, even though we're right in the heart of Europe, surrounded by Schengen countries." So, he was all for postponing the vote and getting things in better shape. Romania didn't take this sitting down, though. They argued that they're not part of the Western Balkan route and that reports from the European Commission and expert fact-finding missions had shown they were well prepared to handle their borders. But it's also possible that Austria's internal politics played a role too. You see, Austria's Chancellor's conservative Austria People's Party is up for re-election next year, and the hard-right Freedom Party, which is known for its anti-immigration stance, has been leading the polls for about a year. Some people have also raised the possibility that Austria's opposition to Romania's membership in the Schengen area may be influenced by Russia. This notion adds a layer of complexity to the situation, introducing the element of international politics and potential interference from external powers. However, it's important to note that historically, Romania has not taken any decisive action in response to these speculations. For instance, Romanian President Klaus Iohannis firmly rejected the idea of Romania pursuing legal action against Austria last year. Nonetheless, Austria has maintained its position, even after Croatia's recent accession. Austrian officials have pointed out that approximately 20% of individuals arriving in Austria have crossed through Romanian territory. On top of that, Austria had the highest number of asylum applications per capita in the EU last year. Interestingly, 3/4 of these applicants were not previously registered as having entered another Schengen member state, despite Austria being surrounded by Schengen countries. According to the Austrian ministry, this raises security concerns, and they believe that a shift in the EU's approach to illegal migration is needed. Consequently, Austria chose not to support the expansion of what they perceive as a malfunctioning system. For Romania, this has become a breaking point, and they took a policy change like tackling this with hard hands. Last month, Romania adopted a firm stance. Romanian Prime Minister Ciolacu stated that Romania had incurred economic losses amounting to as much as 2% of its GDP due to the prolonged delay in joining the visa-free zone. He expressed his intention to seek sufficient damages, considering that Romania's GDP was €286 billion last year. Ciolacu further declared his intention to take Austria to court, seeking several billion euros as compensation for the economic harm caused by Vienna's veto on Romania's accession. He firmly rejected the notion of increased migration through Romania, pointing out that the country had implemented joint border controls with Serbia to address this concern. Furthermore, Austria's veto, as Ciolacu noted, has the potential to set a significant precedent because typically EU member states align with the recommendations put forth by EU institutions. Now, let's delve into the economic ties between Austria and Romania, as they offer valuable insights for our analysis. Surprisingly, despite Austria's hesitation to welcome Romania into Schengen due to concerns about migration, Austrian investments in Romania have been steadily on the rise. Prior to the pandemic, Austria held the position of being the second largest foreign investor in Romania based on investment volume. This is a remarkable feat, considering that this volume has increased 20-fold since Romania's accession to the EU over the past few decades. Austria ranks as Romania's third largest trading partner, following Germany and Italy. In 2022, the total value of bilateral trade between Austria and Romania reached an impressive €5.2 billion. Romania exported goods worth €2.7 billion to Austria, while importing goods valued at €2.5 billion from Austria. Notably, Austria has made substantial investments in crucial sectors within Romania, including the financial and banking sector, timber, oil and gas, which includes the Black Sea region. Austrian companies had invested a substantial €12 billion in Romania by 2022. Furthermore, Austrian property investments in Romania reached a significant €323 million in 2021. For instance, OMV, an Austrian state-owned company, holds a 51.1% ownership stake in Petrom, which was formerly a Romanian state-owned enterprise and was privatized in 2004. Petrom stands as Romania's most profitable company, and the Romanian state still maintains a 20.6% ownership stake. Petrom plays a pivotal role in Romania's energy production, being responsible for all of the country's crude oil production and half of its gas output. Similarly, Raiffeisen, formerly known as Romania's agricultural bank until 2001, holds the distinction of being Romania's fifth largest bank by assets. The evident economic interdependence underscores Romania's potential leverage against Austria. For instance, last year, one of Romania's major sausage producers terminated contracts with Austrian firms. Therefore, Romania appears to be contemplating such strategies as part of its approach. But how far they can use it to achieve their aim is a question for the future. So, in a nutshell, the debate over Romania's entry into the Schengen area is a complex puzzle, involving issues ranging from border security to economic ties. While Austria's concerns about migration and its veto have caused frustration, Romania's potential economic leverage remains a powerful card in this ongoing diplomatic game. What do you guys think? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you want more insightful videos on Romania and Austria, do watch these videos on the screen.